putting iron on his feet.
Okay, so I went back outside, both the way that I came before and up onto the roof, trying to find clues as to what I'm supposed to do. Also looking around inside this building for clues, and couldn't find any. Also just tried selecting different words on the ring and hitting the button. Didn't work. So I went to good old faithful, good old reliable, looked on the internet. And turns out what I'm supposed to do is spell out the word railroad using each of the letters on this. No chance in hell I would have just been able to guess that, but what I've got to do. So
it starts with R?
Yeah. Especially not helpful, as none of the words have R in the very middle. So I was going up and selecting trail, starts with an A, obviously that didn't work. Having Boston put up in the middle didn't work. The up in the middle didn't work. Freedom up in the middle didn't work. And then just randomly going left and right and trying to select letters, but no. No chance in hell I would have been able to guess, spell out the word railroad. Anyway, I'll see you in a minute after I cut all of this out, me just selecting all the different letters. See you in a minute.
There we go.
Thank God. And onwards we go.
Stop right there. You went through a lot of effort to arrange this meeting. But before we go any further, answer my questions. Who the hell are you?
Alright, just changed into my charisma gear. It's not actually as good as the charisma gear that I had before, but it looks better.
Why don't you tell me who you are first?
In a world full of suspicion, treachery, and hunters, we're the synth's only friends. We're the Railroad. So answer my question.
Oh, well, I'm kind of wanting to kill the synths. What do you mean, synths are... You're the only friends for the synths? They're all horrible. Nick Valentine is the exception, but he's not one of the current synths. He's an old model.
I followed the Freedom Trail looking for the railroad. I'm not your enemy.
If that's true, you have nothing to fear. Who told you how to contact us?
I'm just going to make something up, just for the experience points.
I helped Carl out of a jam. He knows a guy who knows a guy, and they hooked me up with a lead.
We'll look into that. Last question. Why are you here?
Can't believe that worked. I'm looking... Actually, let's just give the whole story. Let's just give the whole story. Why not?
I tracked down and killed a courser at Green Tech Genetics. Now I need help breaking the code on his courser chip.
You have what? This is not a joking matter.
I didn't know we were having a party. What gives with my invitation? Oh, I see you invited the courser killer. Nice.
Deacon, you're late. You're saying this intruder actually killed a courser? Single-handedly? Oh, that'd give even Gloria a run for her money.
Newsflash, boss. This guy is kind of a big deal. If you're done interrogating him, you might want to show this courser murdering machine a little courtesy. Just a thought.
I owe you an apology. Anyone who kills a courser is good in my book. I'm Desdemona, and I'm the leader of the Railroad.
I've also killed like 5 or 6 Deathclaws, if that interests you. Yeah, diplomatic. Thanks for including me here.
Hopefully we can work something out.
What you're asking for puts us in a tricky position.
Des, we need to let him in. He's got an intact courser chip, for God's sake.
That violates our security protocols.
To hell with that. He killed a courser. There's no way he's working for the Institute.
We're letting you into our headquarters. You're the first outsider ever to be given this privilege. We'll discuss the details about your chip inside.
Okay, thank you very much. And just in case... Actually, I'm not going to change back into my normal gear. I was going to say just in case all hell breaks loose, let me put on my fighting gear, but I'll probably have to use my charisma on someone else in a couple of minutes, aren't I? Do you want to talk?
Yet?
How do you know me?
We having fun yet?
No, he just wants me to have fun, apparently.
Hey.
Don't try anything, stranger.
Or what? What are you going to do about it, huh?
Talk to the boss.
Alright. And nothing here. Okay, into the Railroad HQ.
Fortunately, we have the right man for the job.
Ah, okay, so where is he? Also, I'm quite liking the setup you've got here. Is it supposed to be like a human resistance? Because it's coming off as very Matrix-esque. You know, that Zion place? The underground caverns, the last of the human population. Although these guys seem to want to work with the synths who are trying to take them all out and replace humanity, so don't know how well that's going to go. Is this the guy I'm supposed to meet with?
Hey, Dad. You need something?
Tom, our visitor here has a courser chip.
Whoa!
Don't
For real?
try anything.
Oh
stranger.
man, it's been ages.
Right. Some ground rules. Tom can get you the code, but once he's done, we get the courser chip.
Yeah, that's fine with me. It's just a means to an end. So yeah, take it.
Fine. It's yours.
All right. Tom, make it happen.
All right, little Corsa chip. Let's have the circuit analyzer take a crack at you.
Nice steampunk technology.
Any news on Scarecrow?
We're in. Chip accessed. Just poke the analog connectors a little.
Used by the goddamn elevator.
What?
Scarecrow's got it.
Oh man, don't crash. Hold it together. Memory hiccup. Here it comes. Encryption algorithms. All right, we're still running.
You gotta be kidding me.
Oh man, they've added more decimals to the last cipher. This is gonna be. Come on, baby, show me that pattern.
Oh yeah.
Where is it?
All of a sudden, a ton of pop-ups are going to start coming up on the screen from, it's, you know, showing that he's hacking it or whatever.
Got you, you institute bastard. I got you. Software in.
Oh, yeah, well, very impressed with your elite hacking skills.
And we got it. We got the code.
Don't try anything,
Let
stranger.
me load that onto the holotape for ya.
Good work, Tom.
Yeah, but I'm not sure our luck will hold up next time, does?
Start working on the rest of the chip. And you, I'd love to work with you more. Let me know if you're interested. But to be crystal clear, if you use that data and discover anything involving the Institute, you share it with us first. Otherwise, our relationship will be in jeopardy.
Everyone's all, you've been hitting the chems way too hard. But I got my eyes open. I see.
What do you mean, our relationship? I needed you to get information off of this chip thing. I've got it. And that's kind of it. I mean, I'm not sure if these guys are good or slightly insane for wanting to help the synths out. We haven't met any good synths apart from Valentine, but again, he's a predated model before they all became insane killers wanting to drive out humanity and replace them and kill them all off, and yeah, not sure how good their plans are. Alright, I'm gonna walk around this area a little bit, interact with people, see if there's anything interesting, and if not, I'll cut back to me meeting up with Virgil. Yeah, let's do that. Astoundingly awesome tales. Okay, great.
Nice.
You've collected an issue of Astoundingly Awesome Tales. Plus 5 damage with the Cryolator, a weapon I do not have. So, this might be useless, or it might be an amazing thing that I pick up later.
Learned anything interesting?
Okay, so I sort of saw these things in the background whilst talking to the lady and the gentleman. This might be helpful later, so I'm going to try memorising it. I'm probably not going to remember any of these symbols, but at the very least...
To be a part of something as important as the Brotherhood.
Oh, absolutely, Dance. But at the very least, if I see any sort of symbol that resembles any of these, at least I know it's got something to do with synths, so I'll be able to check it out. Or it might never come up, ever. You never know. Okay, so it turns out this underground secret club of theirs, very small, and it's just full of people who tell me,
Hey.
Hey, don't try anything, stranger.
don't try anything, stranger. What do you have to say?
Excuse me.
Hey, don't try anything, stranger.
How about you?
Hey there.
Don't try anything, stranger.
Yeah, what a wonderful place to be. Yeah, so there's nothing here. It was just to get that guy to hack that synth component. So I am out of here. But before I completely leave, let's just see if the main lady has any missions for me and see if these guys have anything new.
Stranger.
Don't try anything, stranger. And we having fun yet? Okay. Same as usual. What about
We're
you?
going to be dealing more with each other. I need to make sure that we're on the same page. You know what a synth is, right?
Yeah, murderous robots been trying to kill me all along, trying to infiltrate different places and take over.
Yeah, I know all about them.
Good. The Institute treats synths as property, as tools.
Well, of course slavery is wrong, but I don't see how these things have been treated as property and tools. Well, of course they're being treated as property. They're robots that the Institute have created. I mean, that's it. They're not like Valentine. They don't have memories and
If we're done
things like
here,
that.
let me know.
No, just explaining my thought process.
Aren't synths just machines? And machines are tools.
They started that way. But if it's impossible to tell a single difference between a synth and a human, they must be treated the same. So we seek to free them
no.
from their bondage. Give them a chance at a real life. I have a question. The only question that matters. Would you risk your life for your fellow man? Even if that man is a synth?
You have given me absolutely no evidence that synths are even anything like humans. You've just said, well, I mean, if it's impossible to distinguish them, then I guess they're human. That's not an argument. More details.
Could you elaborate?
Answer with your gut on this. Your heart. If you had to put yourself in danger to save a synth, would you do it?
Yes, but only Valentine. None of the others. They're all... What are you talking about? They're all just robots that have been given a task to kill people. They don't have memories or anything like Valentine does, but for Nick, I would.
Once, I pledged my life to protect my countrymen. I don't see this as any different.
Well said. Someone with your skills, your beliefs. Normally, we'd try and recruit.
Yeah, rightly so, Dance hated that. I'm reloading. So this may seem a bit harsh of me, but all the synths have just been robots with one purpose in mind: to take over humanity, kill people and replace them, and eventually wipe out all of the human populace of the Commonwealth. And Valentine's the exception because he isn't technically one of them. He's a predated model. Yeah, so I reloaded because I said all that, and then when I said, oh yeah, I'd risk my life, he just flat out stated, yep, all synths, just save them all. And no, I don't agree with that. So let me just cut back to where that conversation ended off.
Don't try
Excuse me.
anything.
Alright, so this time, no, I wouldn't risk my life for all of these things that have been trying to murder me.
No, probably not.
No shame in that. Every person needs to know what they're willing to die for. It might be best if you kept your distance from us. Not for our sake, but for yours. The Institute wouldn't hesitate to torture and kill you for what you know. Deacon can show you out.
Don't try anything, stranger.
Yeah, alright, that's absolutely fine. I want no part in your crazy little missions.
So you answered the big question and took a pass. Dez is a hardliner, a live and die for the cause kind of lady. But the truth isn't so cut and dry. Listen, are you interested in the railroad? Learning more? Maybe joining?
Why am I still able to join? I mean, she made it pretty clear that my ideals aren't in line with theirs.
I thought she turned me away, though.
It's complicated. Would Dez like every Tom, Dick, and Harriet to be here only to help synths? Yes, absolutely. But we live in the real world. And here, we can't turn down help. We need every able body we can get. So, you interested?
No. I mean, I know this is going to open up lots of new missions, but no, I'm not interested in helping out the synths in the slightest. I've not met one that has actually had their own will or anything like that. They just want to kill humans. Why are we trying to save them? Show me some evidence of anything and, I'll reconsider it, but no, not interested.
No, I'm not.
Hey, we're not for everyone. Come to think of it, we're not for practically anyone. But if you change your mind, you get the idea.
Alright, so the option to take on these missions is open for me in the future. I might come back one day, probably when I'm not recording, and just see what it's all about. See if they can offer up any evidence as to what they're saying, but I'm guessing it's just going to be blind faith whilst synths are going to continue trying to murder me. Alright, back to Virgil I go. Okay, so I guess from a combination of killing super mutants and those comments that I made about synths to the leader of the Freedom Trail, Paladin Dance would like to talk.
Paladin Dance.
If you have the time to talk now, I'd still like to know what you think about Scribe Halen.
Which one is Scribe? Oh, don't know her well, so it's the woman that I met before. She's a dedicated soldier.
She's as dedicated as they come. Real team player.
I couldn't agree more. But I wasn't looking for an evaluation of her performance as a scribe. I wanted to know what you thought of Halen as a person.
Do you like her?
This isn't like you, Dance. Are you going to tell me what this is all about?
I suppose I'm beating around the bush because I don't normally find these discussions easy to handle. I'll try and get right to the point. The truth is, I'm worried about her. Since you and I are getting along so well, I felt like I could confide in you about it, to get your honest opinion.
Oh, yeah, of course. I appreciate that.
I appreciate that you value my opinion so highly. Tell me what's on your mind.
Let me explain everything from the beginning. A few months before you found us, one of my men was shot multiple times by raiders. Halen stayed by that knight's side for 2 days straight, without sleep, fighting to keep him alive. But he was on a slow decline. I decided that his suffering needed to end, and ordered Halen to administer an overdose of painkillers, so he could die with dignity. Even though I'm certain she wanted to continue fighting for that knight's life. She injected him without question.
Well, yeah, that's the right thing to do. I mean, you don't want him writhing around in agony. I mean, obviously it's a whole moral quandary and people have different opinions, but hey, we're in the post-apocalypse and there's a war going on all the time, so...
Are you ignoring me for a reason?
No, just talking to the microphone. You did the right thing, buddy.
She did the right thing.
Of course she did. But the decision whether or not to ease that soldier's suffering isn't the point here. The point is what happened later that same evening. Halen approached me while I was on watch. She didn't say a word, but I could tell something was wrong. After what felt like an eternity, she collapsed into my arms, crying. I didn't know what to do, so I just held her for a while. A few minutes later, she stopped, kissed me on the cheek, and simply said, "Thank you," before heading back into the police station. Right then it hit me. Maybe I pushed her too hard. I ordered her to ignore her instincts, to do something her medical training told her was wrong. That's why I'm worried about her, and for that matter, everyone under my command.
I'm not sure why it was against her medical training if she was trained by the Brotherhood of Steel. I'm pretty sure they'd have protocols saying that she should do that. Halen's an excuse isn't about Halen. What are you really worried about? It's you I'm worried about. Let's ask him what he's...
Often?
No, buddy. I'm just thinking about how to respond. What are you really worried about, buddy?
Come on, Dance. What is it you're really worried about here?
I don't know. Look, 4 soldiers. Over half of my team are gone. Each one of them died because of decisions that I made. I understand the risks that come with the job. We all do. But how can anyone have confidence in me anymore? Hell, how can I have confidence in myself?
Well, that's the price of being a leader. You've got to make tough decisions, and sometimes they don't always pan out. And even if you do make the best of decisions, you're still fighting in a war. Sometimes a stray bullet can ruin everyone's day. I believe in you, buddy.
Would it make you feel better if I told you that I believed in you?
Actually, it does. Well, it looks like things have taken a turn. I signed up to be your sponsor, so I teach you everything that I know. But it looks like I'm the one that needed the lesson today. All joking aside, I'm pleased that we had this discussion. And with all the problems you're facing, you still took the time to listen. It's comforting to know that I can speak to you as more than just your commanding officer.
Flirt. No, I'm not gonna do that. Don't swing that way. Yeah, all along, I thought I was your commanding officer. I mean, I know it's all a rank sort of thing, but I'm pretty sure I'm your boss. I'm here for you.
I'm here anytime you need me, Dance.
Good. I may take you up on that someday. Anyway, thanks for letting me get that off my shoulders. I think it's been weighing on me more than I realized. I'm only sorry you had to see me at my worst, instead of at my best.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm still your boss. Do you have anything else you want to talk about?
Hey,
don't turn away from me.
Excuse me, Paladin Dance?
What's the matter?
Nope, that's everything for now. And you should get with Scribe Halen. It'll do you some good, being all serious all the time.